Okay, so I have to go out and do a little bit of yard work that I left undone because it got too hot for me when I was out there earlier today. But before I go and do that, I wanted to share this next 5 minutes or so with you. I may let it go into the unedited version if it's if as it going in that first little part, it seems like it needs to be added, then I will do that. But this is just a sample of what's to come in my new book, Spiritual Human Behavior. Yeah. Spiritual human behavior helps you learn about yourself, help you grow in knowledge and wealth, help you learn about yourself, help self-care, and more. So open the door and hear what I'm going to say. I hope you receive every single word you hear me say today. The goal with the hold-up theory is to be able to identify the distractions, grow from what you've experienced being distracted, and never to experience that distraction again. The theories here in this book will teach you and will help you grow to a point to where what you used to think keep you held up, bound, and off course, where it used to keep held point here in experience what you do distraction. Hardcore smoking going takes you off your course. Partying too much can be a distraction. Going to church too much can be a distraction. Smoking weed too much can be a distraction. Doing hardcore drugs and not being able to function day to day can be a distraction. The goal with the hold-up theory is to be able to identify the distractions, grow from what you've experienced being distracted, and never to experience that distraction again. The theories here in this book will teach you and will help you grow to a point to where what you used to think what used to keep you held up, bound, and off course, where it used to keep you where you didn't know what to do, where you needed liquor and all of these things, which we'll go into the Band-Aid theory soon, where you need all of these things to get through life, versus being able to face life, see where the distraction is, see what's holding you up, see what's holding you back, see what's limiting you, whether it's your thinking, whether it's a boo, whether it's a family member, whether it's a situation, whether it's a job, whether it's a place. Be able to be like the seed that's planted in the ground. Inside of that seed is a husk. And when that seed is planted in the ground and it gets the right amount of temperature, the right amount of heat, the right amount of moisture, it breaks open. And when it breaks open, it's allowed to be rooted and grounded in that soil that it's planted in so that it can grow. Now, some seeds grow up, some seeds grow down. There are seeds, there are roots that need to grow deeply in the soil before it can ever rise and grow and be strong. So sometimes when you're held up, see, it's a difference between being held up and what God needs you to be in and being held up or held back from a distraction. Because God can tell you, the creator of all living things can say, wait a minute, pause. I need you here. I need you here to be praying. I need you here to be listening. I need you here so that you can focus. I need you here so that you can see. I need you here so that you can heal. I need you here so that you can identify the issues that you need to fix before you can progress into the next level. Being held up can be being held up in your emotions, being held up in your feelings, not understanding or seeing what's right before you, not being able to embrace something that God is bringing in because of something that happened or an experience, or even because on the other end, the communication isn't there to allow you to grow. But that goes back to, who are you around? What are you being exposed to? What are they being exposed to? Are they healed enough to grow with you? Because if you're healed and you're dealing with somebody that's not healed, it could slow you down. Now, if they're in the process of healing, then you are able to be that friend and help them grow. But if they become a hindrance to you because you've become a crutch to them, then you're going to be held up, because you don't need anybody that's going to pull you back, but you don't need anybody that you have to drag, because eventually that slows you down and pulls you back from where you're supposed to be, where you're supposed to go, who you should know. People that are supposed to have been around can be held back because of somebody else's lack of communication, lack of respect, lack of ability to see the potential within you, or the inability for you guys to feed each other. Because if they're supposed to be with you or be around you, but it's not the season for that to happen because of the lack of ability to grow, the lack of respect, or the lack of being able to feed each other's souls properly at this time, it doesn't mean that you might not be able to connect later in life unless something bad happens and the bridges are burned, or God is trying to get you away from these people for a specific reason. Then it'll all help you grow. And one move, if you do it out of season, could ruin it all. Or if you are looking at a situation in a way that's unhealthy for the growth or not meant, then that can cause you to be held up also. Let's say you meet people and instead of inviting them in and being friendly, you're evil. If those were the people that could help you heal and grow beyond transition of a loved one, the loss of a job, a divorce, or gaining success, because it's a certain amount of pressure that comes with success as much as it comes with loss. But if you push those people away that's supposed to help you, then you're holding yourself back. However, if you let in the wrong people, when you're succeeding, when you're growing, when God has you at his pace and his flow, and you let somebody in, they can also cut off your increase in your flow and your ability to grow, learn, and know. It's very essential that you not only find people that are beyond one reason, because you have to be able to identify why are they around you, what's the reason. Is it for a season or is it for a lifetime? Do we vibe the same? Are our minds like-minded in the sense of, you know what, we have the same end goal. We have the same mindful, purposeful souls that will allow us to grow and become better ourselves and with each other and around the world and to feed the world. And this should be for friends, for family, for places, for things, whatever you can imagine, anything that might be able to hold you up. Social media, if it begins to be a hindrance and you're not growing, let it go before it stops where you're supposed to go. It may be a season that you have to let social media out of your life for a minute. It may be a season that you need to get away from your parents to learn and grow and mature for a minute. It may be a season where you have to lose people just to be able to find yourself. Now, that won't always be the case. God will allow you to grow with successfully growing people. You won't be able to grow with people that's not willing to grow themselves. But if you get around people that are also eager to grow, then they could be lifetime people. And people could come in for a season and end up being a lifetime. And people could come in for a reason and end up, and they're called to be lifetime reason people. Maybe their season is for a lifetime. But if you leave somebody around you that's not meant to be around you longer than they're supposed to, then that will slow you down. And it will throw off those people that are supposed to encounter that person when you move out the way. So let's say that's it for this one. I hope you learned something. One thing that I've learned in everything that I do is that, especially the things that I am writing and documenting and observing and helping people with, one of the things that I've learned mostly is that Growth takes accountability. It takes responsibility. It takes understanding who you are and then getting the right people around you. You might not always have to experience something negative to grow, but if you place the correct insight where it's available, then growth can always be present. But you got to want to grow. You got to put yourself in a position to become better, do better, see better, and be better. But only thing that I can do is provide information. One thing that you will know is that the information that I'm providing is fucking consistent as heck. And it always seemed to align with something else that I've said or talked about or discussed, either that day or in previous days. This just so happened to talk about seeds hours after I was just talking about seeds and so on and so forth. But I know that a lot of people are still enjoying their quote unquote festivities and partying within their homes with their crew or whatever. So I just wanted to drop a couple jewels so that you can understand where my mindset be at and learn how you may be more in alignment, aligned, or assigned to me through understanding my mentality and things that God has shown me. Bye.